Hello, it's Anett here again with a layout process video. I'm so glad that you joined me. We are celebrating International Scrapbook Day with Pinkfresh Studio design team. Every member has a different challenge for you. My challenge is using gold on your layout. You can do it in so many ways, using gold paint, doing gold embossing, or using the new beautiful washi tapes with gold foiling. I'm showing you now how I created my inspirational layout for this challenge. You see, I prepared several plates and bowls. I'm creating circles using the edges of the plates and the bowls. I'm planning my layout arrangement of the different size circles. I simply use gold watercolor to paint the edges of the plates and make an impression with them on white cardstock. I'm using a lot of paint and a lot of water to get a nice impression. I move the plate on the paper a bit so the lines get thicker and they have more variation. Don't worry if you create some platters accidentally, you will need them anyway. These are some plastic lids for creating the smaller circles. For creating splatters, I just put paint and water on the brush and I tap the brush to my finger. This way I create a lot of small splatter. I am making the paper wet along the inside of the circle and I let the gold watercolor flow in the water. I'm using regular cardstock, but this is a very smooth cardstock that doesn't let the watercolor sweep in very quickly. It handles watercolor really good, and I also work really quick. I don't use my paintbrush that much, so the paper doesn't get sloppy. But if you don't have this kind of cardstock or you simply need more time to create with watercolor, then I recommend you to use watercolor paper for this kind of technique. I don't want the paint look even. I love the texture the watercolor creates. If you overwork it, then you will lose this beautiful texture. So just let the paint flow. Tap some more water here and there and some watercolor here and there, and the best way is to let it air dry because this way you get the nicest textures. The inspiration for this layout came from a French designer. I just cannot pronounce her name and I don't find her blog, but I will leave a Pinterest link to her layout in the description below. First, I wasn't sure which photo I should use for this layout, but then I quickly decided to the circle photo. I think this fits more. And on the photo you can see my daughter. She was such a cutie. I'm using friendship blooms with these beautiful flowers, and the favorite things to say stamp set has the perfect sentiment for this layout. It says, "It's that heart of gold and stardust soul that makes you beautiful." I think this is perfect for this layout. I knew I needed a second color for this layout, and as my photo of my daughter has beautiful greenish colors on it, I decided to use green on my layout too. I have a set of metallic watercolors and I am mixing these metallic greens with the Pinkfresh liquid watercolor greens. And I am creating a bluish green color that fits my photo, and the metallic color gives a beautiful shine to it. I tried the mix on a small circle to the top and I think it looks beautiful. So I just went ahead and I added it to the other circles as well. Of course, I needed some green splatters too, and I'm adding the color really loose. Sometimes I use my finger to soften the edges. For the big splatters, I use a big amount of water, so the paintbrush should be filled with water and also with paint. Then hold the paintbrush high over the paper and let the big drops fall down. The higher the paint drops falls down, the more beautiful the splatters you will get. Of course, you are not able to control the exact spot your paint drops will fall, but you should just let go this feeling of controlling every splatter. You just cannot. One thing that you can do is covering areas you definitely don't want to get splatter on, like photos or other areas that should stay clear. Sometimes things that looks first like mistakes create the most beautiful parts on the layout. Now I just leave the background air dry, and after drying you can always add more and more layers. Now I am creating my flower embellishments. The Friendship Bloom stamp set has beautiful intricate flowers. I am embossing it on smooth white cardstock with gold embossing powder, but only the blooms, because for the leaves I have another idea. This is such a beautiful stamp set. The flowers are beautifully intricate, and look, simply embossed it with gold, it looks really gorgeous. I don't have the coordinating dies, so I'm just fussy cutting them with my little scissors. Now for the leaves. I use premium inks from Pinkfresh Studio. I'm using two colors, the Tidal Pond and the Evergreen. I'm using both on every leaf, so they have more variation in color. Now I am spritzing them with water and making them wet, and I hope that the lines won't be even, so they have some watercolor effect to them. And yes, they look gorgeous. I'm creating a second set here, and I'm using even more water. One of the leaves doesn't get enough pressure, so I'm stamping it again, and it looks beautiful, so I'm stamping the others too again, but only parts of it for more variation. In mixed media, I don't want to have even lines or a very clean look. The more variation I have in color or in the thickness of the lines, the more beautiful it gets, the more interest it will have. Now everything is ready, let's do some more fussy cutting again. My background is dry, so I'm adding another layer using the sentiment stamp and the evergreen ink. I am creating masks to the circles. This is just regular paper. I am fussy cutting the biggest circle and masking the inside of the circle with it and just start stamping. I make sure that at least one of the impressions will be good readable. I am doing second and third generation stamping. I love that some of them are perfectly readable, others are just light impressions. The masking prevents that the stamps get inside a circle. Now I am masking the outside of the circle and I'm stamping in the inside of the circle but on another area. I am doing the same with the other circles as well. Some stamping in the inside and some stamping on the outside. Of course, you can secure your masking with some washi tape, and this way you have an easier job as the masking doesn't move. I am raising my photo with some foam adhesive because this is the most important part of the layout. I am so lucky that the Some Days collection has beautiful green puffy alphabet stickers that fit my layout perfectly. I am creating the title Remember with them. I put them on a piece of packaging and this way I can find the perfect placement for it. I also embossed the word Remember with gold for another gold accent. My layout got a bit warped because of the watercoloring, so I am adhering it to another cardstock, and this way it will be sturdier and more flat. I am embellishing the layout with gold embossed flowers. I'm using foam adhesive to create some dimension. The gold embossed flowers and the watercolor green leaves look so gorgeous on this layout. I created 2 sets of flowers and 2 sets of leaves, and this was the perfect amount. Only one flower was left over, but there I used the edge of it on the very top of my layout. The gold watercolor looks a little brownish on this layout, but when light hits it from an angle, it is beautifully shiny. It is also not easy to make good photographs when using gold, but I managed to make some from this layout where you can see the shiny gold. Some more splatters at the end, and I call my layout ready. I really hope that I can inspire you with this layout, and I'm so looking forward seeing your beautiful creations with a little bit of gold or with a lot of gold. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and please tell me in the comments if so, and like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like that. All supplies and materials are listed in the description box below. Create with me next time too. See you soon. Bye bye.